Hey you guys, it's that time. Pick a story where in one of the decks or all of the decks could be a story or a message for you. And then we also have, along with each message, a short story using the storytelling dice on top. So you can pause your camera and then pause the video and pick out which deck is resonating with you. And we will go ahead and begin with deck number 1. All right, so the short story you have is Bang. So this could indicate that there is maybe something very unexpected that could happen, maybe a change of plans, maybe you're going to have some sort of awakening or realization. I just kind of feel like maybe something is like very unexpected. As far as traveling, of course, be careful. Make sure that, you have your tail lights working. Make sure that you're just being extra safe or driving on the defense. This can go so many ways, but, mainly I just kind of feel that something unexpected might happen in your life. It's giving me kind of like tower moment vibes. Now also it could be some sort of explosive connection that you have with someone, maybe very intense. So yeah, let's see what we have coming out. We have the Tower. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Eight of Coins. The Page of Cups. We have the Seven of Coins. Overall energy, Seven of Wands. Strength. And the Hermit. All right, so I feel like maybe you guys have been going through some sort of period of isolation or soul searching or just being enlightened in general. It feels like you've been learning on whatever path that you're on. You've been learning something. And whether you realize it or not, I feel that you are also bringing light to others who need it. Other people who maybe are going through something similar. I feel that, they're going to be drawn to you. And it seems too like whatever's been going on has made you stronger. Maybe you're connecting with a lot of people who are giving encouragement and strength to each other because they understand. Something also feels like exercise, but it could be more of like spiritual training, spiritual exercise. Like you are now prepared for something. Something that you've been going through is preparing you for what's to come. So you might be, in a sense, like in defense mode, like bring it, whatever the universe is getting ready to throw at you, you're like, bring it. I can handle it. Like I've been through this, I've been through that. I have thick skin. I'm not afraid, and maybe you do kind of feel like a warrior in a sense, some sort of spiritual warrior because you've gone through so much. Even if it's not necessarily, spiritual, it still to me is indicating that some sort of inner work that you've been doing, whatever path that you've been on, is preparing you for what's to come. Now, something also maybe did fall apart in your life, or your foundation was shook in some way. And now this is about rebuilding that foundation. So I kind of feel like maybe you're having to start over, and just reconstruct a situation, or something going on in your life. It could have something to do with career, like maybe you're having to restructure or rebuild your career. Maybe you're just now starting a new job. Maybe your finances are just now getting back in order. Maybe something's going on with your health where you had to get back control of your health, and now something is on the verge of stabilizing. If you've been having some sort of problems in your relationships, maybe this is an opportunity for you to like rebuild. Something else is going on too where you are needing to finish where you left off with someone or a situation. It could just be paperwork, or it could be a connection that you had with someone, or maybe it's something, some sort of passion project that you had, that you started, you didn't finish. But I do feel like, it's time to kind of like pick that up and focus on it. So you're, getting recalibrated in a sense. You may still be met with some sort of obstacles or blockages, but I feel like you can handle it. Like I said, you've been preparing for some sort of fight, some sort of battle or struggle. And I feel like you have the strength to overcome this situation, whatever it is. So I'm seeing a lot of energies that does seem like it could be a lot of focus on your health or your finances, especially. I feel like your finances, if they took some sort of a bang or a hit, like, you're rebuilding and things are going to slowly start to come back into place. I feel like something is slow and steady, and, it's progressing. So if you've been struggling financially, I do feel that things are going to start to come back in order. If you have been looking for a job, I kind of feel like something is yours. Like you claimed it, or you have been claimed by a company. And I do feel like you're going to start work, or maybe you've already just started working some new job, and the money is going to slowly start to come in. I feel like you're also learning how to trust your intuition. Maybe you've had to practice something, or you've had to do something routinely. And so I feel like, intuitively, you're becoming stronger. You're noticing more things. You're paying attention to what you feel more. Now, even though I feel that things are stabilizing for you, at some point, maybe you want something to go faster, and that's when patience is going to be needed, or you'll be reminded of having patience. Something's already kind of like taking on a life of its own as well. I feel like you've also been nurturing something, putting a lot of energy into it. And so, you've done your part. There's nothing more you need to do but sit back, but try to, focus on something else instead of waiting for something to manifest. Like enough has happened, to the point where, whatever it is that you were trying to do, you don't need to do anymore. The roots are there, they're planted, and I feel like they're strong. Now, it also looks like you might literally be watering your plants. Maybe you started a garden. Maybe you've been learning how to grow your own fruits and vegetables so that you can eat organically, especially, in regards to your health. Health, I feel like, is definitely improving. And eventually you are going to see the benefits of some sort of new health routine that you're on. So maybe you just started some new diet plan, or maybe you've just started taking some sort of new vitamins. Maybe you've physically started working out. I do feel like things are going to show. I feel like the number 7 is going to be significant, as well as the number 8. There's definitely transformations going on in your life. And I feel that something is all in divine timing. This is the time for you to basically reflect as well. I don't know if there's been a lot of chaos or noise going on in your life, but I just feel like maybe things are going to smooth out, and or you do get a break, and you're going to have an opportunity to just kind of like reflect on your past and just kind of look at what you've gone through, understand what you've gone through. You're also going to start making more practical decisions instead of, solely driven on passion. Not that anything is wrong with your passion, because that's also part of your intuition, but I feel like maybe you find a balance. In a love situation, I feel like there is maybe somebody who is thinking about you. And I feel like this person already has claimed you in their mind or in their heart. So because of that, they don't feel like there is too much work to be done. They're like, I already claimed that. Like, I'll focus on this other stuff, and I'll double back later on, but that's my person. So I kind of feel like there is someone who has claimed you, or it's kind of like I feel like they have their claws in you. And they're taking it slow. I feel that this person is more so strategizing. If they haven't approached you yet, it's like I said, it's all about kind of like strategizing. And maybe this person is, they're planning things. They have things in order. Yeah, I feel like this person is just like very orderly, organized. I feel like maybe they have strong Virgo or Saturn placements in their chart. Like Saturn could be in their first house, or aspecting the first house, or conjoined with the first house ruler. Same for Virgo or Mercury. I also feel like maybe you're needing to look to your sixth house, your house of routines and health. Yeah, but whoever is coming towards you, I just feel like this person is very strategic, and maybe you kind of feel a connection and you want them to hurry up, and then that's where this energy is coming in. It's just like, be patient, like whatever. Maybe you already had a conversation with this person, you felt a connection, and then things just kind of slowly drifted off, and you're like, oh, like I thought we were hitting it off. I just kind of feel like if that's your person, that everything that was needed to be said was said. All you need to do now is just kind of like let it develop on its own organically. You don't have to force anything. It's going to happen organically. All right, let's see here. I feel like you are on a verge of conquering something that you've been dealing with. It could be some sort of fear that you had. especially like somebody who had a fear of heights. Maybe somebody has a flight and they've been doing things to just kind of prepare themselves for this flight. I also feel like somebody might literally work in construction. I feel that someone also maybe has some sort of a vantage point. Somebody is able to view you out of your vision. They're not in your vision field, though. I feel like you're unaware that you're on somebody's radar. Now, it doesn't just have to be romantic. It could be, work related. Like somebody is already kind of like checking you out, observing you, and making plans to either offer a promotion, or maybe maybe you submitted a application or a resume and somebody has already put your resume on the callback side of people that they've interviewed or gone through. Like you're already in a pile of callbacks or potential hires. So that's another reason why I feel like there is nothing extra that you need to do, because you've already accomplished something. It's just like developing. Yeah, I just keep getting something's marinating. And it does seem like something, like I was talking about, that tower energy. So it's coming out in the clarifiers that, yeah, something is being rebuilt. Something had been exposed and maybe you had to come to some sort of realization. Now, this also could be something physical, like maybe something broke in your home that needed your attention, and now that it's got your attention, you can repair it or fix it. Same thing with your vehicle. Yeah, check your tires too. Check your tires, check your fuel, anything that you might be overlooking on your car. Also, some sort of fuse could be blown in your car or the home. And then again, if a relationship fell apart, there's an opportunity to rebuild it. There could be tensions at work. Possibly someone doesn't know how to act around you, or vice versa. Also could be some sort of tensions in the family. There may be a need to repair family issues. Yeah, I feel like maybe there's been power struggles or two people going head to head. It seems like two people have been stubborn, but maybe they're like working out their differences, especially earth signs and fire signs. Could be some sort of clash going on there. Now, something does kind of look like two people still both think they're right. Two people have big egos. Health-wise, definitely is looking like somebody is having to heal, or to get on some sort of a routine. Feels like someone is also trying to transmute some sort of negative energy into something positive, or someone is having to beat out their frustration, like literally beat it out. Someone may be acting the way that they are because of that. Like there's a lot of pent up energy there. And, maybe somebody is coming off very aggressive or difficult to be around because of that. Yeah, either way, I feel like maybe you are working on your frustrations. You're trying to do certain things to get something out of your system. It also could be something creative. If someone has been very argumentative, I just kind of feel like, that is still them trying to work out whatever has been building up in their spirit. I feel like either somebody, like, there's a love-hate relationship with their job. They love it but hate it. Could be somebody loves what they do, but they hate their work environment. So also in a love situation, I feel like someone has been kind of building up. Something's been building up, and I feel like somebody wants to communicate something with you. But there's been a lot of frustration. So even if this is about the person that has claimed you, something about the way they communicate to you is still off. Like maybe something isn't getting across. They still need to learn your love language or vice versa. I also feel like somebody is jealous. There's some kind of jealousy. If someone is seeing you laughing and talking with somebody else at work, I feel like, this person's getting jealous. It also could be something going on social media where, you might not even be aware that this person's into you, but if they see you laughing or flirting with other people, interacting with different people on social media in a flirtatious way, they might be feeling jealous. Somebody's been thinking about being friends with you, or at least starting off as friends. I feel like there's a misunderstanding too. Somebody is assuming something that's not true. You might find yourself reflecting a lot on what you need to make you feel happy or emotionally secure. You also may be asking yourself if you're being realistic or if your hopes and dreams are far-fetched. It just seems like you're asking yourself a lot of questions and also maybe trying to figure out how to manifest something, especially material things like money or a car or a home. Somebody might keep bothering you too when you're trying to meditate and you just want to be left alone. I'm also getting that somebody's been fantasizing about you, but they're in a relationship, so they keep their distance. And I feel like this person has been keeping this to themselves. It's a secret. Somebody might be pulling away from their partner because they're daydreaming about somebody else. All right, so that is all for deck number 1. Let's move on to deck number 2. Oops, I saw it though. School bus, or I guess it's a school bus, some sort of van. Okay, so some of you may be thinking about taking a trip or traveling. I'm also getting something about like a tiny home. I don't know if you are considering like a tiny home or living off the grid, or getting living in an RV, or yeah, something like that. I don't know if that is something that you are interested in. I'm getting something that seems more like a mobile home. This can also talk about a trailer home. If there have been financial difficulties, I don't know, some people might be feeling some type of way about that, but if that is something that you can afford and that you're comfortable in, and there's an opportunity for you to have that, then I feel like you should go for it. You also might just be thinking about getting a vehicle, or maybe Spirit is trying to tell you something about your vehicle. All right. So you have the Ten of Wands, the Green Man, Five of Cups, Four of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, overall energy, Three of Pentacles, Two of Swords, and Page of Wands. Okay. So kind of feels like you started something new. Like maybe you got inspired to do something new or learn something new. You're like, I'm going to try this. I'm going to start doing this. That's another thing I was getting, is that somebody might be driving for a living or considering, doing some sort of delivery job. But yeah, I feel like, you decided that you wanted to do something new or that you've never done before. And so, you're trying to, especially job related, kind of feels like you just started work or a job, but it's kind of new. Feels like you're trying to save up, but already you might be feeling like you took on too much, or that you bit off more than you can chew. If something becomes too overwhelming for you, you might just walk away from it. You might be like, you know what, that's enough, or I can't handle this. I'm out. Whatever it is, if I just kind of feel like if something is going to be too much for you, you're going to back out of it or just like let it go. The other way I interpret this, though, is that as soon as something seems too difficult, you're going to get a break. Soon as it seems like you can't handle anything else, it's like, okay, you get a break. I'm also getting something being built for you, or somebody started building something. Either you're starting to build up your credit, you're working on your credit, especially if your intent is to purchase a home. Feels like maybe you're trying to get rid of a lot of debt, trying to remove things. Also, if you are in a position already, you could be building your own home or building an addition to your home. Definitely seems like something is being like a foundation is being laid out and built up. So you could be building a home, or if you're not having a home built, then you're working on acquiring one. And then too, like I was talking about the whole tiny home, maybe that is someone wants to live out in a wilderness or off the grid, and they have already started working on their tiny home, or found a tiny home community. If you aren't physically doing this, maybe you've been looking at videos or doing research and just trying to see if that would be the life for you. It does seem like you might end up doing something completely out of your comfort zone or out of character. Maybe people are like, are you serious? Like, what are you doing? But you don't care anymore. If you have been burdened by the opinions of other people, this is you throwing away that burden and just being free and being yourself. Now, you might have some sort of a pity party about something, like, I don't know, maybe you feel like you don't have any help, or like you're strong, but it's like, but why do I have to do everything by myself, or when am I going to get help, or it's something that you're looking back on like in the past and reflecting, and it's making you feel some type of way. Also, if you had just started a job and then you quit because you just thought it was too much or overwhelming, you might be feeling disappointed in yourself or wondering if you made a mistake. It also looks like you're just having to get rid of a lot of dead weight in your life, including if it's some sort of emotional weight. You're just having to release it and get rid of it. But it does look like things get better after you release something or have a cry or something of that sort. It feels much better. You feel more stable and more focused, lighter. And something's going on too where maybe you have your independence. It could be that you felt so obligated to different people, and something happens where that's no longer an issue. You have your independence or your freedom back, and you just start to enjoy it. Now, something could also be bittersweet, like maybe you were living with, a ton of people, and you were like, I can't wait to get out of this place. And finally you moved and you cried because you missed everybody. You loved those people, or maybe learned to develop feelings for those people. But, you know, it still hurts. But at the end of the day, I just really feel that you are, you know, going to be at peace with your situation. Or maybe you're already experiencing this. You're like, you know, yeah, I've been through a lot, but now I'm enjoying, you know, my life. And I do feel like you're going to enjoy your life. I feel like your finances, like you get to a point where you're able to take care of things. You don't have to ask for help. Just the overall sense of freedom here. You also might feel valued or appreciated. Feels like you're going to be proud of something that you've done. You're like, I did this. I'm so proud of myself. I did this all by myself. I feel like you're going to take a sense of pride in something that you accomplished. Something almost feels like somebody had to grow up fast. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like somebody maybe had to grow up fast. Now, an old song just popped in my head, Spread My Wings by Troop. So I don't know if some of you are feeling like that or you're going through something similar. Now, if you built something with your hands, or again, I don't think that was this deck, but it still might be something similar about starting a garden. Is something, if you did something all on your own, I really feel like you're going to be so proud of yourself. Or maybe you did some sort of repairs all on your own, even if you didn't know how to change out some sort of switch, or you know, something. You looked at a video and you did it. You're like, I'm so proud of myself. You know. So I kind of feel like you are just really proud of what you've accomplished. And it does indicate that, you know, you've reached some sort of a milestone in your life, or you're about to. I don't know too why I'm getting that you might be neighborly, or introducing yourself to your neighbors, or maybe your neighbor is introducing themselves to you. It just seems like you're going to start feeling better about your situation. So that opened up another story here. Okay. In a love situation, someone's been avoiding you, or you've been avoiding them. It's just been too much temptation. Somebody may have been in a relationship out of obligation, and then you came along and, you know, just shed some light on some things, and now this person decided to let go of that relationship. They're like, I'm done, or I don't need that person. And it does seem like now this person is, it's your turn to be together. Now, it still may be some form of karma attached. I'm hearing it's no walk in a park. Um, yeah. Okay, so I'm getting a story about somebody who couldn't deal with the temptation. Maybe someone thought that they could hang around you, thought that they could be your friend, and realized that this is overwhelming. Something is here. I can't avoid it. I need to stop this right now. And so, I feel like maybe somebody removed themselves from, a situation that could have got messy. And yeah, I don't know if that is you or somebody that you were hanging with, but whoever was in that relationship, I just feel like they decided, like, okay, maybe I do need to break up. You also might be on a path of self-discovery, rediscovering who you are. You might not be the same person that you were 2, 3 years ago, like something's changed. It's possible too that you are moving on from an earth sign or they are moving on from you. Somebody might be wondering what happened to you or why you haven't been looking at their stories. And turns out it's because, they've moved on or something, or you've moved on. Um, Kind of feels too like if you have feelings for someone but were initially in denial about those feelings, you can't deny it anymore. And it just feels um, like a relief to admit that. There's a strong possibility that someone does miss you, but they haven't said anything. I still get that the situation is similar. It's something about them avoiding you because you were like too much temptation. They thought that they could be friends with you, but they were just too attracted. It's too much chemistry. Um, it's still, there's a little confusion too. Like somebody is like trying to figure out, like, is this lust or is this real? What I'm feeling. And so I feel like maybe someone is also trying to sort out their thoughts and trying to see if what they feel is real or an illusion. You also might have received a sad message in your dream and try to figure out what that means. Now also, if you started feeling down because you hadn't heard back from somebody or back from a job or this application that you put in, I do feel like you're going to receive some sort of news or an answer. It's like something, but it's still kind of confusing, whatever's going on. Or it could be one of those situations where you're told that you're hired for the job, but then it's like, okay, where's my start date? And they just haven't given you a start date, but they keep saying they're going to give you one, so it might be kind of confusing. If you have a secret admirer, I just feel like this person eventually can't hide that anymore. Somebody might feel like they waited too late. I feel like somebody comes back too late. They waited until you moved on to come back into your life. As for you, I feel like you are going to overcome some sort of doubt that you had. Part of the reason something's going on in the love department, part of the reason why you came into someone's life or they came into your life is to help further detach. Like maybe you already feel like you've detached, but this should seal the deal. This should really help somebody to move on from a past situation that they were stuck in. Also, in regards to career, for somebody, they might have to relocate to make money or get offered a position, but it requires them to relocate or move. That's all. All right, so moving on to deck number 3. All right, so your mini story is a bag or a purse. So I kind of feel like maybe you've got some money coming in. Maybe you literally, feel like getting the bag or whatever. And then also, maybe you're just treating yourself. Maybe you are literally purchasing a new purse or a bag, or is something significant about, your what you carry your money in. There may be something significant about storage. I don't know if you need to put something in storage or take it out of storage. I'm also getting something about shoes. I don't know if you have been waiting for some shoes or if you design shoes. I'm getting something about a safe. Maybe you're putting money in a safe or a safety deposit or something. I feel like this is talking about money mainly. Or maybe there's some sort of focus on your earnings or your finances. You're finding ways to make money. All right. So you have Nine of Cups, Prince of Sacred Circles, the Devil, Five of Staves or Wands, Six of Cups, overall energy, Ten of Staves, Seven of Staves, and Seven of Swords. All right. So I feel that the number 7 is significant. And I feel like maybe you're being told to look at a situation objectively, or maybe you're able to view a situation from a standpoint that other people can't see, or maybe you have some sort of advantage over other people. I'm also getting the lurking energies though. Either you've been lurking, trying to find out what somebody's up to, or vice versa. Or somebody's trying to see something. It could be someone visiting you in a dream. Something feels like it's on a higher plane or dealing with a higher realm. Something's going on in the astrals. Now, somebody may be, talented enough or skilled, whereas they can steal or see information from the astrals or from the Akashics at will, though. So I don't know, somebody maybe knows how to access that at will. You also may be feeling overwhelmed. You might have a lot going on in your life, a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things that you just need to take care of. So you might find yourself kind of busy, or maybe you've already been in this state. Like you just feel like you've got so much to do and trying to figure out how you're going to get through everything. How are you going to get everything accomplished? You also might be a single parent trying to provide for yourself and your household. Whatever's going on too is going to lead to you feeling some kind of happiness or some sort of wish fulfillment. Something will be cause for celebration for you. You also might find yourself indulging or having fun. Okay, it's a couple of things going on though. I'm still... Maybe you're just going to get a break. Something seems like you still are dealing with a lot of heavy responsibilities. Something is part of your karma. And maybe it's being revealed to you that you are kind of like carrying the torch for your ancestors, like something was handed down to you and you are executing this plan, or either you were chosen or maybe you volunteered, I don't know, but you're here and you're doing it. Maybe you didn't realize how difficult the task would be. Also could be that maybe you got tricked into coming to Earth. Like you're volunteering, you're like, I know they set me up. You're thinking about your ancestors or whoever, in the spirit realm before you incarnated here, you might be feeling like, I got tricked. These people set me up. But I do feel like something, you have the burden of your ancestors on your back. And they're watching you. They be checking in on you, trying to see what your progress is. You know what? I'm about to say something that's going to irritate you. I almost feel that if they see that you're still standing, that they're going to be like, okay, they can handle this. They still good. They can handle it. And I kind of feel like there's a conversation like, no, don't do that to them. And then they're like, no, that's just one more thing. And I just kind of feel like they're still trying to give you one last obligation before you get to take some sort of break or have like a breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air, my God. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like something's going on with you, and you know, you are being watched as you carry out these heavy burdens or these karmic situations. You might feel like a slave at times, you know, like this is slavery, like I'm not getting paid enough, or I'm not getting enough appreciation, or you know, and it might make you angry. I feel like you're going to be dealing with some sort of relationship karma. It could be dealing with family. It could be dealing with career. And then it also could be like a soulmate. It could be two people, like one person could be strictly toxic. And then another person is more so like a kindred spirit, and you guys just are there to support each other. Or you just feel like it's a mixture of both with someone. It might be a situation where it feels like you can't live with them, you can't live without them. And it does look like somebody is coming back or returning into your life. Somebody did not go far. Like you thought somebody went away, or you thought something was over, but they didn't go far. And it seems like, you know, this person will be back. One of you is an older soul, and it might be a situation where if it doesn't matter who's older physically, like someone has an older soul, and it could be the younger person that has an older soul. I almost feel too like somebody is like, so you're back for more? Like, didn't you get enough, or you didn't have enough? You might find yourself drawn to either danger or difficult situations. It might be a part of your makeup, or something in you where you just still feel like, I need to know more, or I want to see where this goes. Like there's still some sort of curiosity within you. And this could be reversed. You could be somebody's karma. You know, you could be giving somebody a hard time, and you thought you got rid of somebody, and then they pop back up. And it's just like, oh, so you want more. You know, so I don't know. I just feel like somebody's back for more. Also, in regards to some sort of physical attraction, I feel that initially two people were trying to resist it, but it just makes it more intense. And so it's just like, let me just like explore this or see where this goes, or give into these desires. So I kind of feel like something like that is going on. I feel like you have spiritual protection, even if it doesn't feel like it. Maybe you're wondering how come anybody hasn't stepped in to help you. And that's because they really feel like you got this. They're like, you're good. Like, you did way more than I did. Like, keep going, keep going. So I do feel that your ancestors or your spiritual team feels that you can handle whatever is going on with you. And like I said, I feel like maybe you're going to receive some sort of reward to kind of motivate you to keep going forward. Okay, I feel like somebody is also kind of like getting high or vaping. I don't even know what, not vaping, hookah. Is that what it is? Yeah, I feel like somebody might be doing that. I also feel like somebody might be doing something that is going to open up your third eye, and it might be scary what you witness at first. I'm not going to say it right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Is it ayahuasca? Whatever. I'm always saying stuff wrong. But I kind of feel like maybe somebody does have the opportunity to do that. And or maybe you already had this experience and it's kind of like that door never closed. Like something still opens up and you still have visions of something that you saw. And maybe it's kind of scary sometimes. But at the same time, maybe you feel like you can handle it, or, you know, you're like, what? Something else I was getting. Definitely could be some sort of earth energy around you, or Scorpio. You also might be kind of battling your own demons as well, especially if anybody does have a drug or alcohol problem. And if it's not you, it might be somebody around you. I feel like you're also having a hard time setting boundaries with somebody. You definitely might find yourself indulging or overindulging. You might have one drink too many. Not saying that that classifies as an alcoholic, but you know, you just might find that you drink over your limit. Also could be an air sign that you're dealing with. You might have several secret admirers. Air, fire, earth. Someone also may have tried numerous times to approach you but got rejected. But it may be because their approach was too passive or indirect. I feel like somebody is also doing something in private or in secret to make themselves feel better. It could be dancing, especially if it's dancing. I kind of feel like somebody is just like dancing around to themselves. Of course, an old 80s song is playing in my head now. I think it's called Dancing in the Dark. So it does seem like maybe somebody is smoking a peace pipe, like literally. Sorry if you hear my stomach growling too. I don't know why it's growling. Okay, somebody's been healing. Either you've been healing from an earth sign or they have been healing from you. Also could be that somebody is going through a breakup, but they're thinking about you. You might realize too that you have a connection with somebody, telepathic connection. If you study astrology, I'm feeling like Saturn is talking to you, or you are trying to understand Saturn. Because Saturn is the one that, you know, teaches lessons or places some sort of restriction on you. But Saturn does also reward you. But I feel like you are really trying to heal your Saturn. I feel like you're trying to spiritually heal your Saturn. I don't know too much about that, but it is possible that maybe you can chant some sort of mantra for Saturn. So you would just have to type in mantras for Saturn. Or you could play the mantras and just like let them stay on repeat. I feel like you're trying to heal your Saturn. Kind of feels like you have some sort of debt. You and this other person have some sort of karmic debt, but you also love each other. And then also something about your relationship could be forbidden in a sense. It just looks like you are trying to resist what you feel, but ultimately just kind of embrace what you feel or surrender to it, or the both of you are like surrendering to what you feel for each other. It does seem like it's scary. I see shadow work. This person is going to bring up things to the surface that you keep within you, that you keep private, or that you keep to yourself. They're here to help you bring those things to, so that you can heal it instead of just ignoring certain things, maybe abandonment issues, trust issues, or some sort of emotional trauma, mama issues. Like something's going on where you guys are supposed to be assisting each other. You might be afraid of this connection and try to fight it. Somebody also literally maybe likes pleasure and pain. It could be some form of physical bondage, or maybe someone likes some sort of mental play, mental torture. Y'all, I'm not going to talk about The Secretary again, but I got to bring it up. So, The Secretary movie, where it was a different form of S&M, where it was more on a mental plane. But it was, and they were resisting this at first. Well, at least the guy was, and the girl helped him embrace that, hey, maybe this is just the type of relationships that I like. And she's willing to be that person because she realized that, hey, she was hurting herself, but then she realized that she transmuted that into something more healthy. It was healthy for them anyway, maybe odd to a lot of people, but they were happy. I feel like you're also having to make peace with people, or bring the peace, or make peace out of a situation, out of conflicts. Maybe you're having to be a mediator for other people. Also, if there has been any type of arguments on your end, either you are offering up an apology or someone is offering an apology to you. Spiritually, I feel that your situation has been difficult because, you know, you are being formed into a diamond. So you're being pressed. You know, there's a lot of pressure on you from all ends. But, you know, what comes out of it is something beautiful. So I feel like, you know, the universe has been pressing you, and also trying to get you out of your comfort zone. Maybe you have been just too comfortable and it's just not for you. Spirit, you know, spirit is like, no, that's not your story. Like, come on. Like, that's enough sitting around or doing this or doing that. It's time for you to do this now. So spirit might be trying to get you to do something new, and it's uncomfortable. Maybe you got too complacent at your job. Anything. Spirit feels like you need a challenge, or like your spiritual team. I told you, somebody over there cracking up, talking about you can handle it. I keep feeling like somebody had a taste of freedom or a taste of something. It's like, oh, you want more? Well, you know, this is what you're going to have to go through to get it. You might be temptation for somebody, or vice versa. It's likely somebody is bringing out some sort of primal energy within you, or vice versa. Now I'm hearing savage. And then the devil come up. Yeah, so somebody is bringing out your savage side. This also might be uncomfortable for you because maybe you don't want to succumb to that. Something's going on. There's some sort of a purge happening. I feel like it's more difficult the more you fight against this. The more you fight against whatever change you're going through, not just love and relationships, any type of change that you're dealing with. I don't know, I just feel like it's going to be easier to embrace it. Okay, so I'm also hearing that somebody might be sharing a secret with you. Maybe they already have or they're going to. But somebody is like, I have a secret. It's uncomfortable. It's odd, but somebody feels like they can trust you, or you feel like you can trust them. You feel like you can trust each other. I'm getting something like a strange connection or a strange relationship. It's unusual. Something about it is unusual or unlikely. Also, someone who is maybe normally savage tames themselves around you. Like maybe you are the person that tames them and they don't like that. I also feel like somebody is maybe a little unusual and does like to literally growl or breathe like a lion or an animal, especially when they're doing the act. If you overindulge in something, don't beat yourself up about it. Or if somebody is trying to stay on the wagon and fell off, don't beat yourself up about it. Just get back on. Yeah. All right, so those are all the messages that I have for you guys. Hopefully some things resonated. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending you love and grace.